So I got me a little project here. I'm going to be refinishing this. So this is video 1 of the series. So I just said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it with just all-purpose cleaner, and all the paint started peeling off already. So I think I gotta do something about this veneer stuff underneath, because whoever painted it painted right over that, didn't sand it or anything. I just gotta make sure, you know, particle board stuff, that I'm not gonna have, oh, I'm gonna ruin it by peeling or sanding that stuff off. But yeah, this is step 1. We'll see what happens in the end. See, I bought, and I've been waiting for this stuff, some paint remover cleaner stuff. I bought that to do this. I just went to wipe it down today, and half the paint came off. So I'm gonna give it a good scrub with just the rest of the cleaner, see how much paint I can get off of it before having to use the chemical stuff. So anyway, simple project here. Planning on replacing all the hardware. I gotta get my daughter, we gotta go to Home Depot and figure out what she wants, but we'll see what it looks like. Oh, and it has a mirror over there. I gotta figure. This stuff was all screwed into wood that's gone. There's basically no wood in it. I'm sorry, I'm not even pointing at it. There's no wood left for the screws to hold on to. So I'm thinking I bought some, excuse the garage mess. I bought some wood filler, and I was gonna put it in the holes in the back and hope that I can screw into those to really make the mirror more sturdy when it's mounted up on here. So those are the plans for this thing. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the scraping went pretty smooth. It just scraped a lot of this stuff off. The paint just easily came off. So those are the big areas, but now I got to deal with all of this. So I'm gonna rip the hardware off. I also still need to take a look at this mirror, flip it around, so I know what I can, if I can scrape anything off of it, or if I'm gonna have to use the peeler stuff to get. Why did I do that? I'm pointing over here, talking over here. I'm not good at this stuff. Anyway, that's next on the agenda, is getting, first of all, I'm gonna get this hardware off of here, hopefully without making more damage. So these are the steps I'm taking, but yeah, the initial scraping thing went pretty smooth. So let's get the hardware off, and might actually have to put the chemical stuff on, because some of this, like when I think about this stuff, there's just no way I'm just gonna scrape that off, even this. I mean, I need something to chemically peel that off. So I'm gonna get started today on that part. So I had to take a second here just to show you, when you don't prep the surface, how easy the paint comes off. So the veneer was never sanded, and there's little spots here, you see them having to really work on it, that there was some veneer missing. But as soon as I get past those spots, right, where I don't know what happened here, but the veneer's kind of torn up, the paint was sticking better. And then the rest just kind of, yeah, just scrapes right off. See? Ah! Just goes right off. So again, pretty easy. I'm gonna get this scraped as much as I can with the easy way, just knocking it off. But like I said, like, I don't know, in here I'm worried because it's kind of, in here it's rough, it's not as smooth, and it's concave, and this is gonna start scratching and digging into stuff. So I gotta be more careful. But in all the edges of the drawers, since it's not all flat, on the edge there it can dig a little bit. So that's probably where I'll start using the chemical stuff. But I want to get all this crap off as much as possible before I start applying chemicals to this and messing around with that. So this is the part I've been dreading about this. This is paint and varnish remover gel stuff I got off Amazon. You can see it's on here. See how intricate this thing is to get the paint off. I mean, there's no scraping. It says to put this stuff on, and then with a wet sponge to scrape it or scrub it. So I just put it on. I have to wait an hour, but if this doesn't come off, this is going to be the hard part for sure. How to get this stuff to scrub off. And yeah, so I'm starting on this little cabinet door. Goes in the hole there. Figured I'd start with it. Worst case, if I screw up this door, we have an open cabinet hole for decorative stuff to put on this thing instead of a closey door. You know, we make it up as we go around here. So we'll see what this stuff does. It's funny, it says put it on for 1 to 24 hours, checking every 90 minutes. You expect me to stay up all night checking this stuff? I don't think so. Anyway, we'll give it a shot. So yeah, it's been a while since I've updated. I've got the first coat of primer on this table, or dresser, sorry. This is taking me so long because I'm just not really into it, I think. But got a primer coat. I'm about to put another one on right now so that I can hide the blemishes. There's plenty. But we're getting there, making progress. So yeah, hopefully I'll be making a video with it done at some, you know, that would be great if I actually finish this thing. This has been way too long of a project. So yeah, so paintbrush. So yeah, I'm gonna get, and this brush is wrecked, but it's good for the primer part. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to work Sunday afternoon after watching some football and stuff. I gotta get that knocked out. So that's what I'm gonna do. How do I stop this thing? Man, it's been a while. No, it said stop. Stop. I said stop. Do I have to stop?
Okay, I really don't think y'all understand how long this is taking. This thing has been almost freaking probably a year now. I mean, my God, I have wasted so much time on this thing. But it's gonna look great when it's done. So this final color, I only got to put one coat on that. But I wanted to make sure the color was right. So I'm putting the color on it. Once the color's done, then the wife and the kid have to go buy all the hardware that's in there. They got to go buy all that, and I can put it together and get it upstairs. So, like my sexy legs there in the picture, in the mirror. Woohoo! Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to put a coat on everything, and that'll be the first coat. So I'm ready to be done with this. It's just in the way. So, yeah, we're getting there. This has been the longest freaking video I've ever made.
Oh my God, we're getting close. Okay, so I've been doing these clips, and I finally got this thing flipping painted. I don't remember where I stopped on the last clip, but because I've been doing other videos, as if you watch this channel, you know, but this is the dresser, and here we are, the hardware. So I'm gonna try to get all this hardware on. I got one last thing to do. That we got to get new ones because those are dead. They're so old that they don't want to work right. Of course, they're painted the wrong color too. So that's the hinges that go on that door, which goes on that hole, is the thing we got to do, finish up. And I don't know if I made this. I made a video on my other videos as I was doing it. I'm doing a lot in the garage here. I'm walking around filming stuff, and I was like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then this showed up in the background, and I went, wait a minute. That is the same symbol as what's on there. So this is a friend's set. They got some new furniture, called my daughter up and said, hey, do you want my dresser? My daughter said yes. My wife said yes, we need a dresser. That's why we got that. We bought that when our first kid went from the baby bed to a grown-up bed. We bought this. Now, I don't know, 11, 12, 13 years later, that and that are the same set and showed up in my garage. I just totally freaked out. It's such a weird coincidence. It cracks me up. Anyway, let's get to putting this hardware on and go from there. All right, this is the final, well, not final. One last video after this is when we put it in my daughter's room. We're done. We're touching up some paint. We're putting on the hinges for the door. I bought those yesterday. Got some mounting to put on the back. I got to do measuring, make sure it's centered, because you know what they were using before was this stuff, and these are huge, and I just don't, you can only screw them in 2 spots. So, I mean, it's a lot of freaking metal for 2 tiny little mount points. So these, I got 4 of them. I can put 4 of them on there, you know, spread out evenly across here. And yeah, it'll mount perfectly. So I get the door on first. Okay, so I moved to Paris. You see out my window. And okay, no, that's not what happened. So today, this is it. Finally, after all the battling I have done and the me being slow, finally got this thing done. It's the reveal of the completed dresser series. Even though it's not a series, it's one video of all of it. You guys are going to only know, you know, it's going to seem like a 20-minute thing for you guys, but it took me, I'm thinking I'm at about 6 months or more to get this thing done, because I have a job and I work. And yeah, this took way more time and effort than I thought it would. But it's done. It's moved into my daughter's room. She was laying right there as a bum, not helping. When I started moving this in, she got completely woken up. There it is in all its splendor. And it's, of course, in front of the window, which means someone's going to say, that's not right. You can't do that. And we're going to have to move this thing again. I ain't doing it. The room is full. Books everywhere because this kid's a book nerd. I don't know how many more, whatever I can do. I don't know. I can't, yeah. It won't fit there. And that one's going in the guest room. And it's an antique, so it's really, it's nice. Ooh, oh, there's my screwdriver. That's not the kids' thing, it's my thing. But that's it, in its place. I think it came out pretty good. The last thing I tried to do, I don't know if you can see it in here in the light. Right here is a little white dot. Zoom in on it. And I think a piece of hair got in the paint. But every time I touch this thing now, this paint chips off and I get pieces of white. Yeah, see, I just woke the kid up and she's mad. 11 o'clock in the morning. So I put a protective spray on there. We'll see what we do. I mean, this stuff is particle board furniture. It's not, you know, fancy stuff, but it's been refreshed, renewed. And yeah, you know, these were fun to get the old paint out of. But that's the thing, yeah, like you saw downstairs, that I triggered me to go, that's the headboard we already have. Anyway, that's it. It's done. It's painted on all the sides. Everything got sanded and painted, refinished, primered. I think it turned out pretty good for what it is. I mean, I ain't no professional, but, you know, professional would have said throw it in the trash and go get a real piece of furniture. So I think it turned out all right. I think it's pretty color. I am colorblind. So let's just get that straight right now. I'm colorblind. I don't have the foggiest clue how to do colors. So that being said, I don't know if it matches the sheets, the new headboard, because there was supposed to be like, because of the gray, this was a Christmas gift. And now, yeah, someone needs to clean up the room. Freaking pigsty. Anyway, there it is, the end. Oh, I almost turned it and filmed you.